How to learn to say no and stop being accommodating. Our previous video concluded with the statement that everyone has the right to say no, and it doesn't make them a bad person. But how does one exercise this right if they're not used to it? It seems like such a simple and short word, but how do you make yourself say it? And how not to backtrack afterward, considering that others might not like the refusal? Let's figure it out. First, determine what is essential for you. What would you like if you didn't have to adapt to others? What needs to be done to fulfill this desire? Spend some time alone, answer these questions for yourself. These answers will be your foundation. Try to act on these thoughts every day. For example, you're tired of work and dream of an evening of rest. Just to be left alone. But you continue to stay in the office and take on more projects. To turn the dream of rest into reality, you need to offload some tasks. How? When offered additional workload, ask yourself, will my choice bring me closer to what's important for me, or will it move me away? More work won't help you rest more. So, think about how to decline it. You might say, how can I refuse work? I might get fired. But you're not obligated to go above and beyond. Especially if that extra work only keeps you away from the necessary relaxation you crave. The next step is the actual refusal. For someone not accustomed to saying no, it's not easy to do so confidently and clearly. Formulate for yourself the reasons why someone's proposal doesn't suit you. This will give you confidence in the conversation. You don't need to explain in detail why you're refusing, but it's crucial to express it clearly and without softening the situation. For example, I won't be able to take on these additional responsibilities. It's also helpful to set boundaries. You can take on additional responsibilities, but you should be paid extra for them. Or, for instance, you can come and help your mom with the garden next weekend, but you already have plans for this one. It's also essential to consider whom from your circle you genuinely want to help regardless of circumstances, such as family or a close friend. Of course, there's no need to go to extremes and refuse any requests from loved ones. There are situations when help cannot be postponed. If you're concerned about how others will react to your refusal, try to speak respectfully and empathetically. Does this guarantee that your refusal won't upset anyone? No, of course not. But that's not your responsibility. You always have the right to refuse, and other people should know how to accept your refusal. The same applies to you. If you ask someone for something and receive a refusal, you should be able to accept it without emotional pressure on the person and manipulation. What extremes should you avoid? Firstly, it's essential not to rigidly assert your boundaries even in minor situations. Secondly, flexibility is necessary. You can't consistently demand equal conditions. Thirdly, don't refuse to help others if they don't do anything in return. Sometimes in life, there are moments when you need to sacrifice something. And that's okay. The main thing to remember, if you do it voluntarily, based on your values, with respect for yourself and your needs, then everything is fine.